Video number 13, Fair Market Animals Beef. And I think this is going to be the last video in this series, taking a look at these fair market animals. And so in the last video here, what we want to do is take a look at a pie chart. And a pie chart is a way for us to take a look at how the pieces or parts fit into or compare to a whole amount. In other words, we know that the sale price for our 11 steers totals $52,202.25, which is the total amount. So the total amount then is equal to 100% of the total sales for market beef at the fair for 2019. And so we can create this pie chart to show how the total amount, so this total amount here, the pie itself is represented or equal to $52,202, and then we can look at how each exhibitor's beef or their steer, what slice of the total pie they received. And in this case, the slices of pie are the amount of sales, the sales price that each individual received. And so we can format it to show it different ways. And for example, we can show that exhibitor 159 received 13% of the pie. And then when we point to that slice of pie, you can also see that the value is shown, which shows $6,774, which corresponds to that particular exhibitor right here. So it's just another way to get a visual representation, tell the story about the data related to selling beef at the fair. And so that's what we're going to do in this video. I'm going to go ahead and delete that one for now. So pretty simple to create these. What we will do is select that which we want to create a pie chart of, which happens to be the sales price. Now we could do it for the net amount also. Could do it for the commission amount. Anything that has a total that equals, where the total equals 100% of that amount. So we're going to go ahead and take sales price, select those values, and then insert, and then come over to our chart, group, and look for, there's that pie chart right there. And then we'll just take a basic two-dimensional pie chart and click that, and we can make it a little bigger if we want. So there's just the basics. We've got our colors, numbers, and once again we need to give some meaning to these, to this legend here, to these numbers, because we want that to be actually our show number. So once again, we click on that pie chart, select data, horizontal. So here's our numbers. The series represents all the values, but we want to change these numbers here to represent the exhibitor show numbers. Click Edit, come back out to our worksheet, select the show numbers. There they are updated, and then we can click OK and accept that change. Now next up, what we can do is take a look at some of our quick layouts and some of the pre-formatted charts that we can choose from. So let's start over here at the quick layout and just pick number 1. And so what layout number 1 did for us was add in and move our show number to make it right as part of the pie, put it right on top of that sheet rather than having to look at the colors and match them up. And it also shows us what percent of the total is represented by that slice of pie. So we can see that the biggest slice of pie is 13%, which corresponds to that first place steer, which received $5.75 a pound. So therefore, they have a bigger slice of the total pie because they got the most money for their animal. So they get the biggest slice of pie, which represents 13% of the total. Now we would want to go in here and make some changes, because some of these you can't read because the contrast is black on a dark background, so it's really hard to see. So the way you can adjust this is we could simply select that piece of pie. You got to be careful, that selected all the values. Right now the entire pie is selected. So I'm going to click again within that slice, and then you'll see it just selects that particular slice of pie. I'll do that again for you. If I click once, it selects the entire pie. If I select again within a slice, it selects just that slice. And so then I could go in there and modify the color. How could I do that? I'm going to, a couple ways, but I'm just going to go ahead and right click. Click on fill, and then pick a different color. It gives me a little better contrast. Well, that one does. So now at least I can read it. There. Exhibitor 163, 9%. And so this one here is a little too dark too. So I click once, click twice, right click, fill, change the color to something lighter. I'll take that. This one might be a little too dark too. Let's lighten that one up. Click once, click twice, right click, fill, pick a different color. Something lighter. There. So now it's a little easier to read. And then the last thing I do is go ahead and put a chart title in here. And then if you want, you can also move that chart and make it a new sheet. So make it a little bit larger, like so. So your assignment for this video is to go ahead and create another pie chart. You can use market beef sales or the net amount received from here. Or you could go ahead and use the same one. And what I would like you to do is make a chart a little bit different. And so what you can do is use some of these presets here. Or you can make some adjustments. And if anybody wants to get real creative, you can go and you can actually insert pictures in the slices of pie. So if you had an actual picture of a steer, you could make that. Instead of a color, you could insert a picture. That'd be bonus if you want to try to figure that out. That would be okay with me. But do something different. Experiment with that a little bit so you get a feeling for how to manipulate and change the pies. Have me come by and look at it, and that will conclude video 13, Fair Market Animals 2019, taking a look at the market beef.